It's been a while since we spoke about any running apparel on the channel. So in today's video, we are taking an in-depth look at British premium running brand SOAR Running. With it being a wet, cold, damp time of year here in the UK, I thought it made perfect sense if we took a look at some of their winter running apparel items that are available in their range at the moment. Now, SOAR is an expensive brand, so without further ado, let's dive into the video and find out if it's worth the money and how it performed. Welcome back, folks. I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. Hope everybody is fit and well out there in YouTube world. Before we get stuck into the apparel review, we have just uploaded our giveaway extravaganza video for this year, and there is some wicked prizes up for grabs, so you definitely don't want to miss out. Super simple how to enter. Go along, watch that giveaway video, follow the details and get yourself in the mix. The competition is going to run up to the 23rd of December, and then we're going to be picking out one lucky winner at random on Christmas Eve in our Christmas Eve special. And it really is worth entering because, like I said, there's some wicked prizes. Since uploading that video, I have had hundreds of messages, emails from viewers saying that we've contacted them in the comments under the video saying that they've won a prize and they've got to get in touch with them via Telegram. And guys, this is complete nonsense. It's a scam. It always happens whenever you run a giveaway on YouTube. Unfortunately, the scammers see it and they get involved. So please, please, please ignore them comments. Don't get back to them. Definitely don't give them any details. Like we said, we're going to be picking out one winner in our Christmas Eve special, and that is it. So anything between now and then, just ignore it. It is a scam, and I'm really sorry if it's caused you any inconvenience. But let's get back to today's video. I'm going to start off with a quick warning, because if you've come along to watch a running apparel review video that features sort of cheap and cheerful running kit, then this probably isn't going to be the video for you, because when Tim SOAR founded the brand back in 2015, he really wanted to develop super functional, high performing running apparel that encompassed sort of textile innovation, but also pioneering technology and design. And them things don't come cheap. So before we get stuck into how the kit performed, let's just run you through the items that we got sent and that we've been testing over the last month or so. Big shout out to SOAR for sending us down a great selection of winter running apparel items. So perfect for this sort of cold, wet time of year. But let's just break down in a little bit more detail the price, the materials and fabrics used, the construction and the functionality. Up first is their 3-season running short. So this is basically a 2-in-1 short. So you've got the outer short and then an internal short as well. If we start with the outer short, that's been constructed from 95% nylon polyamide and 5% elastane spandex to give you that sort of nice lightweight breathable feel. We've got some nice laser cut detailing down the side just for a bit of extra airflow, some high-vis detailing for safer nighttime running. Turning around to the back, we've got a really good sized secure zipped pocket, a nice wide waistband for comfort, and obviously in that waistband we've got a drawstring just for a bit of personalisation on fit. We've got a nice 4-way stretch on that fabric to give you sort of enhanced comfort and movement. We've got quite a lot of bonded seam action going on just to try and prevent on any chafing, especially when you're running distance. When it comes to the construction of that internal short, that utilises 71% nylon polyamide and 29% elastane spandex, just to give you that slightly more tailored and precise fit, while offering a bit of mild support and compression over the quads. The shorts are actually available in 3 different colourways and 6 size options, all the way from extra small up to XXL, which is always good to see, and they retail for £95. Next up is a pair of their dual fabric 3.0 running tights. Now, if I'm honest, I very rarely run in running tights. It has to be extremely cold or I have to be moving very slowly, but like the name suggests, this tight is actually constructed out of 2 different types of fabric. So we've got a slightly thicker Italian woven fabric on the top part of the tight, so giving you a bit more warmth around the quads, and then the rest of the tight construction is from a French woven compression fabric that gives you that slightly improved, more precise fit and feel. Both fabrics are highly breathable and they offer good levels of insulation, and we've got an efficient design on the tights to optimise freedom of movement whilst you're running. We've got lots of silicone grippers internally, so around the waist and around the ankles to stop the tights moving around or even worse, falling down while you're running. We've got zippers at the bottom of both ankles, so makes it a bit easier to get the tights on and off. Good size pocket, nice and long, nice and deep, a secure zip on it. You'd fit a good size mobile phone in there. Again, nice wide waistband with a drawstring just to sort of personalize that fit around your waist. And the tights are covered in high vis, so you are definitely going to stand out if you're running on the roads at night. They are available, again, like the shorts, in 6 different size options from extra small all the way up to double XL, and they retail for £120. Moving on to the upper body, and SOAR actually sent us a great collection of long sleeve tops and jackets to test out, from their merino wool long sleeve hooded top all the way up to their winter Anorak. But let's start with their long sleeve Windbreaker that's been designed to provide performance windproofing in cold and blustery conditions. It's constructed out of 85% nylon polyamide and 15% elastane to give you that sort of mid-weight, sort of stretchy feel fabric that's going to block out the wind. We've got strategic panel placement in the body of the top, and that's there to prevent any sort of riding up or bunching up while you're running. To save on a bit of weight, the cuff and the hem have been laser cut, and we've got an ergonomic arm construction, and that basically keeps the sleeves exactly where you want them. We've got a small secure zip pocket on the back, large enough to store your house keys, car keys, or a bit of nutrition out on a longer run. And then we've got a lower back cord system that's there to keep out any unwanted drafts. The top is super plush inside, so we've got this brushed interior which gives you really nice sort of close to the skin comfort and insulation, and believe me, it is very comfortable sitting here in the top. And like all the items that we tested, lots of high vis detailing, so we got it on the front, we got it on the back, around each cuff and the hem, so you're really going to stand out on those nighttime runs. It's available in lots of different colorways, them same 6 size options, extra small through to double XL, and it retails in the UK for £170. On to the first jacket that we've been testing out, and it is SOAR's Ultra Jacket. Now, I'd call this a sort of wind light on steroids, because it's been designed to offer the perfect balance between breathability, lightweight and waterproof performance to make it the kind of go-to jacket for everything apart from heavy rain. It's actually constructed out of their new and unique Rain Out fabric, which is a Italian woven stretchy fabric that's had the application of a DWR water repellent treatment on the yarns but also on the finished fabric. By plasma etching those yarns before the treatment, it actually increases the durability and the lifespan of that DWR, so all pretty clever stuff. If you take a look inside the jacket, you can see all the seams have been taped to offer you that greater level of protection if the weather turns, but it hasn't got a membrane of, say, a standard waterproof jacket, so it runs a lot more breathable on those milder days. The Ultra Jacket comes with this nice tailored fit, a high neckline so you feel nice and protected from the elements. We got a full length zip down the front, we got a drawstring around the waist and a really good sized pocket on the back that's located on the lower back with a zipper, so nice and secure, perfect for stowing away keys, mobile phone or any goodies that you want to get to on the run. It is available in 4 colorway options, the same sizes as before, and it retails for £210. The next jacket we're going to take a look at, well, actually, technically speaking, it's not a jacket, it is SOAR's Winter Anorak. This is a highly innovative running shell that's been designed to offer you great levels of protection against the worst of the weather. This time around, SOAR have used their unique Italian storm fabric. So this actually has that same double application of the DWR, the water repellent treatment, but this time around, the material has been shrunk under high temperature, giving you that tightly woven waterproof structure. So you can see what I meant at the start of the video when I said the SOAR brand are using some state-of-the-art materials and construction methods. The Anorak has a nice tailored performance fit. We've got bonded and taped seams, and we've got a nice ergonomically designed close fitting hood just to offer you the most when it comes to weather protection. Although, to be fair, it does look like I'm just about to go scuba diving, doesn't it? But let's get this hood off, cap back on. And to offer a bit of versatility when it comes to those gloomy mornings or those nighttime adventures, we got some great sort of high-vis panels and logos throughout. When it comes down to storage on the winter Anorak, you've got lots of options. So we've got a really good sized lower back pocket, again zipped, nice and secure, but lots of space in there. And we've got a slightly smaller pocket on the chest on the front of the jacket. It is available in this black with orange details colorway, or you can get it in a bright orange option if you really want to get yourself seen and stand out. Same size run, extra small through to double XL, and it retails for £290. Rapidly moving on to the last item that we tested, and it is SOAR's WoolTech Trail top. So what we've got here is a long sleeve top that's been constructed using a low volume merino back fabric because of its great thermal regulating properties against the skin. We've got an abrasion resistant windproof chest, so basically creating a cool weather top that will accommodate running with a hydration pack or a race vest. It's ergonomically designed to optimize freedom of movement. We've got this nice close fitting hood that I'm just about to take off because I look like a complete wally, and we got some real functional thumb loops for a bit of added protection. It's available in just one color option, this black colorway, and the same size run. Just to give some context, I'm 6'1" and I'm about 78 to 80 kilos, and I've worn all the kit in a medium and it's all fitted me great. And the WoolTech Trail top retails for £205. So there you have it, folks, all the SOAR apparel that I've been running in and testing out over the last month. And you can see I've been pretty busy trying it all out because I really wanted to make sure that I got good mileage in every single piece of kit. I have to say it's been great running in all the items. You know, I love the fabrics, all the innovation, and that nice tailored sort of athletic fit. I really can tell that it is a premium sort of running apparel brand. But let's get stuck in and find out how it performed in a bit more detail. I'll be back in a second. Right, let's just put that all over there. Let's get stuck into how it performed. So up first, we're going to talk about the 3-season shorts and the running tights. And like I've already mentioned, I'm not a massive fan of running tights because I tend to find I just get too hot in them and I really worry about getting chafing. I like to have my legs kind of free, and I personally think that if I keep my core nice and warm and my extremities, then my legs kind of look after themselves. However, the SOAR dual fabric tights have actually performed really well. I like the way they fitted my body shape. I think this dual fabric construction is a great idea. It gave me a nice feel of very mild sort of compression around my quads, and I had no movement in the tights at all, and that has been an issue in the past. So these really well placed internal rubber grippers work to treat. So yeah, no movement and no saggy crutch, and you know, no one wants a saggy crutch while they're running. They also have a really comfortable waistband. We've got that great size pocket on the back that's got room for keys plus 2 or 3 gels. Real good quality zipper on that pocket and on each ankle. And like all the kit, just some real good attention to detail. And like I said, lots of high vis, so you really stand out if you're running at night. I also like the fact that, you know, they're not too thick, the fabric isn't too heavy. So I really could see myself using these in, say, a tough winter race like the Arc of Attrition, especially towards the end of that race when my pace has slowed down. Moving on to the 3-season shorts, and I have spent a lot of time running in these over the last month, and yes, they retail at £95, which is a lot of money, and it's right at the top end of my budget when it comes to running shorts, but they are fantastic build quality and they have performed really well. That internal short has fitted me really well, and it's offered me that nice sort of feel of a bit of support around my quads and around my hamstrings, but it's not too much. It's just the right level in my opinion, and that makes the shorts very comfortable to run in. I'm a big fan of a bonded seam, and the construction of these shorts is actually quite similar to the U-Glow apparel that we tested earlier in the year. We've got a nice wide waistband, something else I always look for in my running shorts. So both items have performed really well. I'm loving the shorts, and I can see myself getting a lot of use out of these in the future. And I actually wore these running the Hurtwood 50k and they ran really well. It's just a shame I didn't. Okay, rapidly moving on because we've got a lot to go through. Hopefully you haven't fallen asleep already, but the first of the 4 tops is the long sleeve Windbreaker. Again, performed really well, really like the fit on my body shape and the super plush fabric. So if I just turn that inside out and hold it up, you can see how we've got this brushed fleecy liner, which makes it very, very comfortable against the skin. So you could wear this with, say, a thin long sleeve base layer in really cold conditions, or if it's a bit milder, you could just wear the top on its own, no problem. The neck comes up nice and high and it's well fitted, so you feel really protected from the elements. Little details like that substantial flapper material that folds over the zipper to stop it digging into your chin while you're running, something I really don't like when it comes to running tops. We've got that adjustment cord on the back, so a great way to sort of personalize the fit, and a very substantially sized pocket that's well placed, so very easy to reach around, unzip and pull out anything on the move. And like I already mentioned, we've got all that great high vis, so it really does make you stand out if you're running at night or on a gloomy winter's morning. I personally think at 170 pounds, it is quite a lot for a wind layer, even though it is a really good one. Moving on to the Ultra jacket, and I have to say, I'm not really sure why SOAR have called it the Ultra jacket. Obviously, it doesn't come with a hood, so it wouldn't pass most mandatory kit checks for the Ultra races here in the UK or overseas. And that word ultra has to be the most overused word at the moment in the running industry. So maybe calling it the Ultra jacket is a little bit misleading, but all that aside, it really has been a great jacket to run in. Now, SOAR pitched this jacket as a sort of good balance between breathability and waterproofness. Waterproofness, is that even a word? I don't know, but that is exactly what this jacket does, and it runs very similar to a sort of lightweight wind layer, but if the weather takes a sudden dip for the worst, this offers you way more protection than your sort of basic wind light. I was actually out on a 10-mile run on the Towers. I got 5 miles out, I was heading home, and there was a torrential downpour for about 20 minutes with really strong headwinds, and this Ultra jacket kept me nice and dry and nice and warm. And if I'd have been in your sort of standard wind light jacket, I'd have been soaked through in seconds. It's super lightweight, packs down nice and small, and is very breathable to run in. We've obviously got that super functional, well placed, good sized, secure zip pocket on the back, and it really makes it the sort of perfect jacket for those longer training runs in changeable weather conditions when maybe you don't need to take the level of protection from a more substantial waterproof jacket. It's been one of my favourite items that we've tested out over the last month, but on to the last 2 bits of kit, and I've kind of left my 2 favourites till the end, although I did have a bit of an issue with one of them. The first one to talk about is the brilliant SOAR Winter Anorak, and this really has been a joy to run in. Super comfortable, that great athletic fit, and again, just a premium feel and finish to this garment. I really think it would hold up to the harshest of weather conditions because I felt really well protected and nice and cozy when I was wearing this jacket. The thumb loops have been brilliant, they've worked really well. The sleeve length is actually long enough that you can actually use them, and you've got all those great storage options. So that really good sized lower back pocket with a zip, nice and secure, plenty of room for keys, phone and nutrition. But you've also got that handy pocket on the chest as well. The fact that the back of the Anorak comes down a little bit lower is a nice touch, and you've obviously got that drawstring as well, so you can cinch in the hem to keep the elements out. And this little lock-in system is super simple to use even when you're on the move. So again, highlighting how much thought goes into the design and the functionality of the SOAR apparel. Having that super plush internal face inside the jacket, tape seams and a really well fitted hood, you do kind of get the levels of protection you'd get from a much heavier weight waterproof jacket in an Anorak that can be worn against bare skin, and you know, you're not going to get all hot and clammy inside. I think a little bit of a peak on the hood would have been a nice touch, and maybe a little bit more ventilation. So if I undo the zipper, you can see that there's material there. So, you know, if you do start to feel warm or overheat in the jacket, it is quite hard to increase airflow. All that aside, it really has performed well. And I actually used it the other weekend on a 19-mile run on the coast path, challenging section of coast. We started early in the morning, and for Cornwall, it was pretty cold. It was 0 degrees, lots of ice about. This offered me a great level of protection against the cold weather as we started, but as I started to warm up through the run, it was also super breathable. So it really has been great to run in. And last but definitely not least, we move on to SOAR's WoolTech long sleeve trail top. Now, I've probably spent more time in this item of kit than any of the others, and I actually wore this the other weekend for Hurtwood 50k, and I'm really glad I did. I don't think it got above 3 or 4 degrees all day long in that race, and the hood and the thumb loops really did come in handy. Now, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but great fabrics, awesome fit, it's performed really well, very comfortable to run in. It can be worn with a thin base layer underneath, or you could just wear the top on its own. Having that sort of merino wool soft liner makes it very comfortable against the skin, but it's also great at regulating body temperature. Now, the WoolTech Trail top has been designed by SOAR to be run with a sort of hydration pack or a race vest. So they've added this more durable material across the chest, so it's going to protect the top in the areas where a pack might rub and cause damage to the fabric. The first long run I did with the top was actually when I was testing Ultimate Direction's latest Ultra Vest 6.0. It wasn't too far, 10-mile run. Unfortunately, when I got back, there was a bit of damage on the top, which was a bit disappointing considering this has been designed to be run with a hydration pack. There's just a little bit of damage, and I think it's come from the quite substantial closure system on the UD vest. Since then, I've actually run it several times with my Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set, and I've had no further damage to the fabric, and that's including Hurtwood 50K. So it looks like the WoolTech top works with some race vests and not with others, which at £210 isn't maybe the best thing. I know if I'd have paid that sort of money for the top and I specifically bought it to be worn with a hydration vest and I had damage on it after 10 miles, I would have been pretty fed up, that's for sure. It's a real shame because it has been a great top to run in those slightly colder days, and I don't think the damage has actually affected the performance in any way. It just doesn't look very good. So there you have it, folks, how all the apparel has performed over the last month or so, and kind of performed how I'd expect an expensive high-end running apparel brand to perform: extremely well. Now, I know this sort of running kit isn't for everyone. It is expensive, and I'm sure there's lots of people getting in the comments already saying it's overpriced, it's way too expensive, it's a rip-off, and that's fine because we all have our own opinions. But after testing out a lot of their kit, what I can say is you really can see where the money has been spent when it comes to the super plush premium fabrics used, the innovative construction and design, all the development that must have gone into the products, and the great attention to detail. So if you are looking for some well thought through, high performing running kit that's gonna feel great to run in, and it's gonna hold up to years and years of sort of training and race miles because of the great build quality, then I would definitely recommend going along to the SOAR website and checking out their full range in a bit more detail, because it really has been great to run in. Sorry guys, I know it's been a long one, but there's lots of kit and lots of details to go through. So I hope we've kept it interesting and you haven't nodded off, or even worse, switched off. Also, if you haven't come across the SOAR brand before, I hope you found it helpful. I'd love to get your feedback, guys, on the kit. I know this is going to be very divided, and there's going to be lovers and there's going to be haters, but get in the comments below and let us know your thoughts. We've got an exciting new short series starting on the channel very soon, and I can't wait to show you guys. But if you have enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so that will keep you updated on future content. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. It is really appreciated. And as always, stay safe and keep on running. The guys at SOAR, super generous to send us when it comes to that internal short, that's constructed out of 71% polyamide elastic. I very rarely isn't the video for you, because when Tim Tom Tim